Now children, we will study types of elements in terms of S, P, D and F block. So first we will take up S block elements, children. What are these S block elements? These are those elements which have the last electron, differentiating electron entering in S subshell. It comprises of group 1 and 2. These group elements have got one electron in the outermost shell. This group have got 2 electrons in the outermost shell. They form ions of the type M plus 2. And children, these ions are diamagnetic in nature. Diamagnetic means they have got all the electrons paired. So in short, if I tell you about S block elements are those elements which have got the last electron or differentiating electron entering in S subshell. It comprises of group 1 and 2. They form ions of the type M plus 1 or M plus 2. These all ions are diamagnetic in nature. It has all elements as metals. All elements present over there are metals, right? Highly reactive metals, highly electropositive metal, children. So S block elements, it comprises of metals only. H is exception, note has got dual nature, and they all form ions of the type M plus or M plus 2, group 1 M plus, group 2 M2 plus, and they all are diamagnetic in nature, means they have got all electrons paired and they all are white ions or say colorless ions, right? Reactive metals. This is all for S block you need to know in short. Then comes P block. P block, children, it's a big block towards right hand side. It comprises of the elements from group 13 to 18. The last electron, the differentiating electron, enters P subshell, right? So this is all, it's a big block. It comprises of metals, non-metals, metalloids and even your inert gases. All the elements of this block have the configuration NS2, NP1 to 6. As here they have configuration NS1 to 2. Just 2 groups are there, so NS1 to 2 because they belong to S block. So N means the number of shell, S either 1 or 2 electrons, it can never have more than 2. So the elements of S block have configuration NS1 to 2 while P block have NS2, NP1 to 6. All 4 types, metals, non-metals, metalloids and inert gases, all are present there, right? Here we know that the non-metallic character increases when you move from left to right. This is you are taught in class 10 also. So likewise, all 4 types of metals are there, and this is all we need to know. The last electron enters P subshell, nothing very special. Then we come to D block elements. D block elements. Here children, you see from here, D block elements here, the last electron enters D subshell. The differentiating electron enters D subshell. We call them also transition elements or transition metals. We all know that they have got two outermost shells in complete ultimate as well as penultimate. Configuration NS2, this is there, NS2, N-1, D, 1 to 10. The special feature of this block is that it comprises of all metals. The further more important point in this block is that all the metals of this group, most of them, they form colored ions, complex ions and show variable valencies. 3 points. First is they all form colored ions, most of them. Exceptions are everywhere, no doubt, but mostly we generalize. Most of them they form colored ions, complex ions or say colored complex ions, and they show variable valencies. Most of them, they are good conductors of heat and electricity, and many of them they are used as catalysts for various reactions. This was the special feature of this D block, and they are placed in the center of the table, you know. So we call them transition elements, right? Configuration, again the points: colored complex ions, variable valencies. These 2-3 points are important: colored complex ions, and they show variable valencies. Most of them, they are used as catalysts for various reactions. These points in short you need to know, because details you have next year. And again repeat, they have got two outermost shells in complete, ultimate as well as penultimate. Then we have F block elements. F block elements. Here you see from here F block elements. We also call them inner transition elements. Inner transition elements. They have got three outermost shells in complete. We did in the last video. Ultimate, penultimate as well as anti-penultimate. The last electron, the differentiating electron, enters F subshell while filling, and they have the configuration NS2, N-1D 0 to 1 and N-2 F1 to 14. So children, this way we have seen S, P, D and F block. Now S and P block details we have this year. D and F block we have next year. So we will not do this year the details, we will do this. So now children, this is in short, you have seen the classification of elements. One more thing children. These normal elements are also called, representative elements. These normal elements are also called representative elements. Like we call D block elements as transition, F block as inner transition. The normal elements, we even call them as representative elements. So remember, representative elements and the normal elements is one and the same thing. Noble gases, the noble elements, you know, they belong to P block only. So they have been discussed here. P block actually has two categories of salt and iron, I should say metals. One is normal, which have got which do not have the octet complete, and the ones which have got octet complete are called noble elements. That's why they have the configuration NS2 NP 1 to 6, right? The moment it is 6, they become noble gases. If it is not 6 complete, any number till 5, they are the normal elements or called representative elements. So this is how we have seen the classification. Now in our next video, we will see the properties and their trends. Hope this is enough for today, and hope you have understood also. It was simple. You have done somewhat few things in class 10 also, and a slight introduction in class 9th also. So you have some idea, and I'll be giving you short notes along with this explanation so that you maintain record with you, and when it comes to revise, you revise those points. It will be easy for you. Okay? So we stop here. Thank you, children.